Good morning, students. Today we are starting the first chapter of the first book. The name of the book is Hornbill, and the name of the chapter is The Portrait of a Lady. This chapter is written by Khushwant Singh. I hope you have already read this chapter from the book I have sent you online. Brief introduction of this chapter. The Portrait of a Lady gives us a picture of a human relationship in a joint family. It is a factual description, a realistic account of how the grandparents give all their time, attention, and love to the grandchildren. The description of the author's grandmother is deeply moving with a touch of humor and poetry in it. She was so old that she could not be older. It was difficult to believe that she once used to play games as a child and was even young and married. She seems to have stopped growing older. In the village, she was left alone with her little grandson. She was religious minded. She was all the time telling the beads of her rosary. She took the child to temple school inside. She read holy books. While returning home, she fed the village dogs. In the city, she began to feed the sparrows because she got a separate room to live, and there were no dogs. In the last phase, she received the author warmly when he returned home from abroad. She sang his homecoming and beat the drum. She was taken ill and she died. Even the sparrows went into mourning and crowded around the dead body. Such was that lady with a noble soul. So that was the brief description, introduction of the chapter. Now we come to the summary of the chapter. The author's grandmother was an old woman. Her face was wrinkled all over. For 20 years, the author had seen no change in her looks and behavior. It was difficult to believe that she too had once been a playful child or a pretty young woman with a husband. Even the grandfather, with his long white beard in a portrait, looked at least 100 years old. It was even disgusting to think that the grandmother had ever been young and pretty. The old lady was short, shattered, and a little bent. She moved about in the house limping. She had silver locks and wore spotless white clothes. She looked like a winter landscape in the mountains. She always carried a rosary in her hands, which she kept counting. Her lips always moving quietly in the silent prayer. She was a picture of a peace and contentment. When the author's parents went to live in the city, they left him behind with the old lady. She used to get him ready for school while she bathed and dressed the boy. She kept saying her morning prayer. She hoped that the child would get to know the prayer by heart. But the author listened to her chiefly because he loved her voice. With the wooden slate, an earthen ink pot, and a pen in the school bag, she went to school with the boy. She also always carried several stale chapatis for the village dogs. She threw these bread pieces to the dogs when they would walk back together home. The school was attached to a temple. While the children were seated in the veranda and taught the alphabets by the priest, the old lady sat inside the temple reading some holy books. When both had finished, they would walk back home together. It was the first phase of the author's togetherness with his grandmother. When the author's parents were settled properly in the city, they called the author and the old lady there. That was a turning point in their friendship. Rather, the second phase began. She could no more accompany the boy to his English school, and there were no street dogs either. So the old lady started feeding the sparrows in the country yard. As time passed, they saw less of each other. She often inquired what he was taught at school. The poor woman could not understand English words and the laws of science, so she could not help him in his studies. But she was shocked to know that there were no religious and moral teaching at the school. Secondly, the children were given music lessons. She associated music only with beggars and the prostitutes. When the author went up to the university, he got a separate room for his studies. His friendship link, the last link with his grandmother, was also broken. She accepted her isolation quietly. She used to play her spinning wheel and recited her prayers. Only in the afternoons she took a short break to sit in the veranda and feed the sparrows. Hundreds of birds became so friendly with her that they sat on her legs, shoulders, and heads. She smiled but never drove them away. That was the happiest half an hour of the day for her. She did not look upset even when the author were decided to go to abroad for further studies. She showed no sentiments when she went to see him off at the railway station. The author did not accept to find her alive on his return, but she was there again to receive him. She looked extremely happily that day. She fed the birds longer. In the evening, she collected women from the neighborhood. In the evening, got an old drum and sang for hours. She could not withstand so much strain. She was taken ill. She declared that her end was near. She refused to talk to any member of the family and she died peacefully. As per custom, her dead body was laid on the ground and covered with red soot, while others left her alone to arrange for her the funeral. Hundreds of birds gathered around her, but they all were in the silent mourning. The author's mother thought the birds were hungry. She threw pieces of bread to them, but the sparrows took no notice of the bread. When the dead body was carried off, the birds also flew away quietly. Next morning, the sweeper swept the bread pieces into the dustbin. So, that was the summary of the first chapter. I hope it is clear to you. So, it is very much necessary that you must read the chapter from the book first and then you will see the summary. And now you have some homework to do. There are three value based questions. You have to answer all these questions. In each question should be answered in 150 words. And second work is that you have to prepare notes of this chapter. So before you prepare notes, you have to read the chapter and you have to follow the instructions I have given in the note making session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.